Very first memory is some apartment in Texas, and my dad coming into the bathroom and seeing that I have my feet in the toilet and I'm squatting in the toilet bowl.
How old were you?
I feel like I was about 3 or 4.
What were you doing in Texas?
My dad went there for the army. He was transferred there.
You lived there.
There was an interesting story. We got there during the time of the 7-year locust. It was the most hellacious thing you can ever see. You walk out and every step you're crunching under hundreds of locusts.
They fly, right?
And, yeah, they fly, but they walk too. And they eat everything. My dad had to carry me and run me to the car, put me inside there all over the outside of the car. It was like a science fiction movie.
Because I'm done.
You can't be done, we haven't started. Will that make you answer benefit? Are you trying to trick me?
I didn't think I could trick you, but I guess I could.
I'm stupid, right? It's pretty naive. Okay. Just anything, your very first memory.
No recollection of my childhood. I really don't remember anything.
What age do you think you remember something like high school?
No, the only thing I remember from being little was I was about this tall. My mom was making the bed. That's the only memory I have of my mother from when I was little.
You're like 5 or 6?
I wasn't even in school yet.
Oh, that is very little.
That's
That's
the
one.
only memory
Oh,
I
but it's
have.
the only memory.
Literally.
Nothing else.
Nothing after that until, after
Like junior high or something.
Yeah.
All right. What's your full name?
All of it?
Mm-hmm.
I have 4 of them.
All right.
Deborah, Lee, Ann, Catalano.
Wow. What's your first memory in life?
What's my first memory of? Probably my grandma. She was the sweetest person you'd ever want to meet. Loved her to death. She had a huge garden in her backyard, and she used to tell me that anything I wanted to eat, I could go out back and pick. So I ate strawberries and corn on the cob every day in her house.
How old do you think you were the first time you did that?
5 or 6 maybe.
What is your first childhood memory?
I don't remember. Probably like playing in the backyard when I was about 3.
What were you doing?
Well, I always used to bury my clothes in the backyard, and then when I went in the house, my parents would say, "Where's your clothes?" And then they put a swing set in the sandbox, and they found all my clothes.
What was the world like when you turned 13? Was it better or worse than today?
Turned 13. Well, that was 8th grade. Oh no, everything was terrible because that was like my emo phase. So everything was dark and gloomy and emotional.
What was the world like when you turned 13? Was it better or worse than it is today?
Better.
What was it like when you were 13?
You could like walk to the beach by yourself without having to get attacked, because we lived like a block from the beach, and you could be more like go to the liquor store by yourself and ride your bike around and not have to have everyone worrying so much.
Do you think there are more bad people today or just more aware of the
I think
fact
there's
that
just
bad people?
more aware of the bad people, plus there's just a lot of people more. And you don't know all your neighbors neighbors as well and stuff like that.
Worse.
It was worse back then?
I'm sure it was. Life was not good for us as kids.
What about the world? Did you know anything about the world?
No.
What do you think of the world today?
It's alright.
It's alright, not bad.
No, it sucks.
It's terrible.
Can't wait to get out of here. I have no idea.
I think that in some ways it was a more simple time. I think I was a very naive 13-year-old, a very little kid as a 13-year-old. But I do remember being able to play outside and not be scared. And I think it was a little bit simpler. Definitely different.
Was it better or worse than today?
I think I'm the only person who thinks the world's better today. I think that there probably were just as many problems back then, just not as relevant because of social media. I think now we know the world a lot better, like in Syria. Before, when I was 13, we only heard news clippings of what's happening. But now on Twitter and on Facebook, we can hear what's going on all over the world. So it's not that there weren't atrocities back then than there are now. It's just that it's more in the forefront, and I think knowledge is power. So we can change the plight of the women in the world, the plight of the women in America. I think that we've come a long way, so I think it's better.
I think that the world is different because I don't look at it in the same perspective. I'd say it's better because I'm able to handle it and process it differently now.
World, I think I was really just into myself at that time. So it was just a lot of school drama. And then now it's like real life stuff. So it's harder now.
You could do everything all over again. What, if anything, would you do differently?
Oh, damn near everything I would do differently. I would stay in school. I would have focused more. Then I would have said, you know, I should see more of the world. And I had a chance to buy Microsoft at $34. And I would do that over again.
So much. Just not be bored. Those things.
Cindy, you could remake your life. Where would you have gone a different path? My dad said he'd stayed in school.
I would have probably stayed in school.
Yeah.
But I hated school.
I would go to Ryan's high school and find him earlier.
What do you think the world will be?
I would have finished my college and got my degree. I would have stuck with law enforcement instead of bouncing around from law enforcement to fire to this job and that job. Really, that was my calling and I missed it.
Probably would have paid more attention in school. Yeah, I mean, thinking back on it, was probably would have paid more attention in school. Just not so much actually learning as opposed to learning how to learn.
I'd have gone to the Marine Corps instead of Navy. That's it.
Would have gotten more education and I would have stopped eating carbs and sugar.
Well, they're amazing because they're always, you know, like there when you need them and not there. Yeah.
I'm sure I've met my great-grandparents, but I don't remember it, so I don't necessarily consider it as a meeting. My grandparents both were very loving in their own cultural way, I would say, to make it fair.
I didn't really know my grandpa too well. I just kind of existed. Grandma Tomoko spoiled me like none other. I don't know any on my mom's side, but Grandma Tomoko spoiled me a lot.
Oh man, they were awesome, man. Grandma's mother, she played sports with you, Grandpa Alex. Sit on your lap, you know, you sit on his lap, talk to him. They were playing video games at our house one time. And even at your guys' house back in the day in Corona, playing Doom. And that was a dope thing.
I have no idea. Turn it off, Heather.
There were so many. We shot BBs through our neighbors' windows. We stole stuff from the Ben Franklin.
Who was the biggest troublemaker of the kids?
Jim was by far.
And then who?
Probably me. It's probably one from older to younger.
That makes Sandy a saint?
No, that's just to make Sandy on the last one on the list to make it to the top of the list.
Oh boy, there's a lot of those.
I did a lot of drinking when I was young. That was definitely breaking the rules.
How young?
16, 17.
Well, my grandmother, she was like staying with us because she had to have her legs amputated. And so we were helping take care of her. She was sharing my room with me. And then I snuck out at night. But I was a teenager and I snuck out to go meet this boy and we were gonna go skating and stuff. And my mom worked 11 to 7, so she didn't know. And then my grandmother, when I came back in, she told me this and that, and she's like yelling at me in her sign language way. And then she said she was gonna tell my mom, but she never told me.
Okay. So I remember one time I was homeless. My parents don't even know about this, so I remember one time I was home and I remember there was me and somebody, and so we were only allowed to have like one soda, but we had like 2 or something. I've had worse stories, but you know, that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
The rules or broke the law? It was-
Let's say broke the rules. You're a
Broke the
kid and you
rules.
did something you weren't supposed to.
Alright, I remember one time, it was like shortly after moving to Paris. Like I went with, I think it was my mom to Snyder Brothers, and like I ended up stealing this like pack of gum.
Did you get in trouble?
Like we actually had to go back and like I gave them the gum back to the manager and just heard a lot of stuff from my mom. So
It sounds bad because I literally can't think of anything because I think I was a really good kid. I'm sure there were times I was late coming home on curfew. I was actually a really good kid.
About waxing the floor.
I don't know, that's breaking the rules. So I waxed the floor when I was having a slumber party and I put pledge all over the floor so you can lay on your stomach and shoot off the wall and go flying across the floor. But then like a week later, people kept slipping and falling on the floor and everyone kept trying to figure out why, and I knew, but I didn't tell anyone for a long time. So maybe that was breaking the rules. Although there was never a rule that said you can't pledge the floor, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. I have no idea. Turn it off, Heather. My dad and I had Starbucks dates every weekend. So we used to go and get coffee every Saturday and every Sunday. And my mom and I did like hair and makeup and dressing up and stuff. There are so many things my parents did to make me feel loved, but anyone who knows my mom knows that she's the most loving person in the world. So from just remembering special things and picking up treats that I like and singing me my favorite songs and volunteering for Girl Scouts and being the parent of the year and just being really present in my life. I think I'm very lucky. And all of that love from her has made me a compassionate person who cares about the world, cares about making it a better place. So I attribute that all to my mom. And my dad, in his own way, though he is sarcastic and witty and dry sometimes, and sometimes it feels hard to get feelings out of him, has become a huge softie. And I think growing up I knew that he loved me, even though he wasn't as expressive as my mom.
Does spanking count? So I think with this spanking, you did. I think always pushing me, even though it doesn't seem like a loving thing to do. It definitely is a better thing for us. So pushing me.
I have no idea.
They always just made sure I had whatever I needed to be happy all the time, and they made sure, even though they didn't really like each other, they made sure to hid it from us very well.
Well, they're always going places for me and like taking me places and buying me things.
Good. What is your legacy? What do you want to be remembered for?
Well, I would like to be remembered for being a good father, but you know, I was only like 2 out of 3.
Oh, Three, okay. What's 2?
Jen and Sarah.
My kids. That's it.
Your kids. I mean, I think like everyone, I want to be remembered as a good parent and as a kind person. But I also think it's important to be a person who pushes change and status quo. So I hope I can make a lot of impact, and my passion in making impact is in young women. So I hope that I can help pave the way for a lot more women in business and in the world to rise to their point of equal.
Inspiration. Being able to help inspire and push people past their limit they think they're at.
I want to be remembered for helping people and being a good person. And like, I don't want to be remembered for somebody who wasn't close with their family and didn't help them at all. I want to be remembered for somebody who was always there for them and like always helped whenever they needed something.
Kind, funny, jump.
I want everyone to say she was a nice person. She had a big heart. If you said, "Oh, Linda," they'll say, "Oh, I really liked her." That would be good.
I think right now I'm remembered as, okay, I'm that crazy person that went from music to physics. And so hopefully I'm remembered as like somebody who genuinely cares. I want to be remembered for loving people. I want to be remembered for trying to be better than I used to be.
Or being a kind person.
What advice would you give to the youngest generation of Padalonos?
I already answered that question.
What advice would you give us?
I really don't have advice here. Just be happy. Go to school.
What if going to school doesn't make you happy?
You have to go to school. So I guess you can't be happy. Just go to school. Because it will make your life easier in the long run. It really will. It's less of a struggle.
Family first.
Good. Just try your hardest and keep staying positive.
Just to never worry about anything, to remember that every season of our life, it's come and go. Every hard time gets easier, and every easy time has to end. But like it always matters. Like no matter how good or how bad it is, like there's lessons to be learned, and like, you can always find joy in everything.
That's great. Very good.
I have no idea.
you can get better education.
Good job.
Go to school, but treat school as something like escape. Because crappy stuff's gonna happen outside of school all the time. But if you have that going for you, you can go real far. Like stuff fell apart all around me, but because of me staying in school, I have a good job where a lot of my friends graduated college with like decent grades and are struggling with jobs. You know, they brag and said, "Oh, I graduated college." I'm like, hey, I have a job though. So
Very good.
Be true to yourself and don't worry about what other people think of you. You have to first be happy with yourself before anybody else can be happy with you. So grow into the person that you want to be and somebody that you can live with and look in the mirror and be proud of yourself.
That's really good. That's it. You did it.
Don't do drugs.
Very good advice. All right, you're good.
Don't drink anything out of Bray and Ryan's cups.
So good advice. Good job.
I would tell them to be kind to each other and take care of the world and take care of their grandparents and their moms and dads. That's what I tell them.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I love you.
I love you too.
Well, I'd like to see them, just try to be happy. There's not a lot of that in the world, and if they just try to be happy, just do what makes them happy, they'll be happier. And we all will be, because they're happier.
Okay.
Maybe we should redo it. We should rehearse this song. They hate your guts.
What did that one out to?
My older brother, but he changed when he hit puberty. I think he went crazy then. Just kidding.
What was something your parents did that made you feel loved? Tell me about a time as a kid you broke the rules.
I don't know if I want to incriminate myself in anything.
Get out of here.
That's the same thing. Why are you guys all joking about death?
We're not. We're pretty much done here.
What's your name?
Linda Susan McChesney.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Are you lying?
No.
What's the worst thing you ever did in your life? Just 50 years from now.
People will be flying in their cars.
We'll have flying cars that are friendly. And those skateboards that float.
I don't know why you think that's the most important to think about 50 years from now is floating skateboards. I think the world will be like in 10 years.
I think it would be great because me and Ryan will have 2 kids.
And in 50 years.
50 years, even greater because they'll be gone. And then me and Ryan can hang out with each other.
I don't think it's going to
You think it's gonna end? The world's gonna be over? There will be no world? My dad wanted to have flying skateboards. That's what he is with. Hovercrafts.
Hovercrafts would be nice.
Tell me about a time you broke the rules.
I broke the rules or broke the laws?
We'll say
I forgot to tell you the memory of when your dad and one of my other brothers made me stretch the cat out on the tricycles. Me and Thomas. That's one thing we all. And they threw me up on the roof naked when my mom was at work. Those memories I have.
no wonder you're trying to erase your memories.
Just kidding.
What's your name?
Sarah Montano.
Your full name.
Sarah Elizabeth Catalano McChesney Montano.
What is your first memory?
Look at the camera.
What is your first memory?
I have no idea.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
you could edit that out.
Well, maybe we'll leave that part out.